TSN Calgary Flames reporter Salim Nadim Valji has come out with a bold prediction, and while it may just be a piece of speculative news, it's still very exciting to think that we could have a major on-ice reunion coming to the Flames this summer. Welcome to Flames Digest, I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe because less than 20% of the people watching are subscribed. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the Calgary Flames, then make sure you join the fastest growing community of Flames fans on the internet. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. But like I said, in this video, we will be looking at a bit of a bold bomb dropped on us here about that. We could see a major return coming now. Let's just get right into it. The on-ice reunion is what was predicted, and like I said, it came from Valji. And, while he just has a bet with some of his coworkers that it is going to happen, it's still super exciting that this is a possibility. And it's always fun to think of, potential reunions. So here's the article right here. Flames reporter predicts big on-ice reunion next season. Now, this was originally posted on NHL Trade Talk by Jim Parsons, this article, but of course the video itself was by Valji. So Valji, a reporter for TSN and the Calgary Flames, posted a video recently saying he's hearing there could be a big on-ice reunion next season that would make Flames fans extremely happy. Not revealing the name of who might return to the organization, he noted that he made a wager with his coworkers that this person would be back in a Flames uniform this summer. So here, there's two ways this can go, and this one says back in a Flames uniform, which would lead us to think that it would be a former Flame coming back, and then, a lot of people are going to throw out their favorite former Flames that they want to see back. Is Joe McGinley going to be suiting up for the Flames again? We can only hope so. But there's another way this could go of an on-ice reunion. Now, Valji himself in the video didn't necessarily say it was a former Flame coming back. It could also be a current Flame reuniting with one of their former line mates or at least teammates on this current team. So let's get into the first of those possibilities, and that would be former Flames coming back to Calgary. Now that would lead to people being more happy, you would think, in saying that here's an on-ice reunion. It's going to make Flames fans very happy because not only is that reuniting with maybe some former teammates that are still in the Flames, but also reuniting with the fan base that once supported them. So in the article, there are a few names here. The most common guesses were Chris Tanev, the man in the thummy, or Sean Monahan. Both left the Flames organization via trade. Tanev was moved this season ahead of the deadline and sent to the Dallas Stars. He was always open about the possibility of returning to Calgary as a free agent and wouldn't rule them out when asked following the trade. Monahan, on the other hand, was moved in a deal to Montreal on August 18th, 2022, along with a conditional first-round pick in 2025 from Calgary for future considerations. And we know the Flames did not exactly win that trade. The trade was a cap dump at the time by Calgary, and they had to pay a draft pick to move the salary. Monahan went on to find his game, then was traded to Winnipeg at this season's deadline. It was incredible asset management by Canadiens GM Kent Hughes. It was not great asset management by the current Flames, the Flames GM at the time, Brad Treliving. Very interesting here. I think a lot of fans would be happy to get Chris Tanev back, especially if he goes on to win a cup this year. Now, they have a very tough task in this first round against the Vegas Golden Knights. They're already down 1-0 in that series. Monahan, on the other hand, is also in the playoffs, up 1-0 in their series against Colorado, but that one should be a very exciting one as well. Those Central Division matchups so far, whoo-wee, that is some good hockey. But either way, I think Flames fans would be very happy to get either Tanev back or Sean Monahan back. Monahan gave his all to this city, and while he kind of lost faith, I guess the Flames fans lost faith in him quite a bit as it came to an end with all the injuries and, maybe his pace wasn't as good. He has found his game again, and I think a lot of Flames fans would be happy to bring him back. Maybe he could be the center that could fix the problem of Huberdeau having no real number one center, but we will see. Now, there are other names of former Flames that have popped up as well within, the Sea of Red talking about it, Flames fans, and also within this article. So other guesses include Mark Giordano, a pending UFA, and Johnny Gaudreau, who chose to go to the Columbus Blue Jackets as a free agent, but that team is in shambles, potentially going through a full rebuild. Now, that one's a lot more bold. Giordano we love him here. He was our captain for many years. He won the Norris Trophy here. So many accolades and just a great person overall. but he is getting up there in age, and I don't think that's what Flames fans want. They want to give the younger guys a better shot and develop them. And then Johnny Gaudreau, he is not going to be as welcomed back very warmly at all. His contract is too long. He had a chance to be here already. That one is just pure speculation. That one I think is out of the realm of possibility. That ain't happening. Personally, I hope Stefan Yell hopes to make a return to the NHL, and that's the on-ice reunion we're looking for, because Flames fans would welcome him back. Maybe Matthew Lombardi. Sorry, I'm just naming all my favorite players from when I was a little kid. But either way, I think Tanev and Monahan are definitely more realistic. Maybe even Toffoli as well, another Jet who has, started to pick up his game a bit, could win a cup this year. Maybe he'd come back to Calgary. That one a little less likely, but Monahan and Tanev definitely could be the case. Tanev recently came out that as soon as Joel Hanley got picked up off waivers from the Dallas Stars and came to Calgary, Tanev instantly said, look, you can move into my house for the next couple months. Have at it. What a great guy. And the fact that he still has a house in Calgary is a sign that maybe he will be coming back. Now let's look at the alternative here, and former non-Flames could be coming over to Calgary this summer. And this one obviously is more even further into the speculation realm of pure just rumors, and there's not a whole bunch of truth to it, but it's still so exciting to speculate on what could happen. So this is from the article. Could it be two former non-Flames? One possibility is that this isn't about a former Flame returning, but two players getting back together that played somewhere else. One guess was that the Flames might try to sign a player like Anthony Duclair and reunite him with Jonathan Huberdeau. That's what yesterday's Flames Digest video was about, but a lot of people think that is not the thing to do. Don't sign Duclair, especially to a long term, and I'm with you there. Those two had great chemistry in Florida and could do well together in Calgary. It's definitely a possibility. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility, not one bit. But is it going to happen? I don't think so. Sam Reinhart is also a pending UFA, but it would take big bucks from the Flames to get him to overlook an offer that is sure to come from the Panthers on an extension. Yes, if the Flames wanted Sam Reinhart, they would definitely have to overpay for him, and that's not what the Flames want to do through this retooling rebuild. It would be great to have Sam Reinhart. I mean, I've almost never seen a guy better on the power play in my entire life. He just scores almost every single time Florida even gets a power play. It's very dangerous for Tampa, who they're playing in the playoffs right now. But Sam Reinhart would be great here. It just wouldn't be great for the rebuild, and I don't think the Flames will be able to afford him. Well, they can. They have the salary room, the salary cap space, but that's just not what they need to do. Throw out another huge contract from a former Florida Panther that already sent the Flames one way. Now, there's others. They don't say it in the article, but there's others I've kind of thought of, because Huberdeau isn't the only current Flame who used to play with other Flames successfully. Now, these ones, again, pure speculation. They're coming from my part. But the first one is Nazem Kadri. And hey, how about William Nylander? Now, I don't see this being at all what the Flames need. But let's say the Leafs once again lose out in the first round. They'll want to shake up that core four they have. Maybe Nylander will be the odd man out, and maybe bring him back to his birthplace. He can play with Kadri, where he once had success. I'm not saying it's happening at all. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Now, Kadri has a lot of former Leaf teammates that are still playing and are very good. And then he has former teammates on Colorado that, maybe, just maybe, could find their way to Calgary this summer. It's not like a ton of people are pending UFAs, but you never know what could happen through a Markstrom trade. If Markstrom gets traded over to Toronto, you'd expect the Leafs to give something big back. I mean, we know what Brad Treliving is capable within a trade, and it seems like he likes giving the other team the better portion of the trade. So there is potential for that. The other one is Blake Coleman, back on his time, not with the Devils, but where he won the Stanley Cup, of course, and that is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, in 2020, this line was essentially the reason why Tampa Bay was undefeatable. Yes, they had Kucherov, Stamkos, Braden Point, Victor Hedman, Andrei Vasilevsky that really were just the leaders. But this line was the difference maker. It was their third line at the time. It was Blake Coleman, Barclay Goodrow, and Yanni Gourde. So could we see one of those two coming over? Yanni Gourde is a pending UFA after next season, so he still has another year on his contract. Goodrow has a couple more years. But could we see one of them teaming up with their former man that they won the cup with in Blake Coleman? Not out of the realm of possibility. Again, these are all just, it's pure speculation. It's all just rumors, but it's so exciting to think about. And if you have more in the comments that you think, we could go on forever talking about who every single Flame on the current roster used to play with, or every single player in the NHL that used to be on the Flames could be coming back. We could talk about it forever, but I want to know from you guys, what are the ones you want to see the most and which ones do you think are the most possible? Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day. And this one I chose because it's a bit of a bolder take, and it goes with the Flames' rebuild, I guess you could call it, because yesterday's video was about maybe signing Duclair to a short-term contract, kind of throughout this retooling rebuild, but this one was a bold take, and it said by the end of next year, 2025, the Flames will have traded Markstrom, Kadri, and Coleman. It's a full rebuild, folks, but if done right, we'll have a serious, bright future. Now, yes, if Markstrom, Kadri, and Coleman are all traded away, you can imagine the Flames will get a boatload of assets back, whether it's picks, prospects, or even young, already roster players within the NHL. But that's a bold take, saying all three will be gone by the end of next year. That is, wow, that is crazy. Is it impossible? Of course not. He wouldn't be commenting it if it weren't possible at all. But wow, to get rid of Kadri, who has more years on his contract as well as Coleman. Markstrom probably is on the way out, but to add Kadri and Coleman to that, the two guys who I just said could reunite with former teammates, that is a bold take, and I want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.